Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody. How are you all doing? Welcome to SC2 Improved Team League Season 3. Today, we're back with another couple of matches, and it's going to be mYinsanity versus ECVisualize as we start things off. And to follow up will be Red Bloods versus Team MIA. So, very exciting times. A couple of extra matches here on the Thursday of week 1 of the SC2ITL Season 3. We have more matches coming up for you in the rest of the week as well. Tomorrow, teams such as StarTale, Carnage Esports, ESC Gaming all take the stage as well. We'll be live tomorrow from 6 PM CST for matches tomorrow as well. So, right now we're going to go into mYinsanity versus ECVisualize. This series was played yesterday. So, you know, we're casting from replays for our first series, and then we're going live into the other match, Red Bloods versus MIA. So let's go into this game. We've got a bunch of chat going on in the replay. Hopefully it goes away so we can introduce our players without much of a disruption. And it looks as though we will get into this. So we're going to be starting off with the pink Terran player in the lower left hand corner from mYinsanity. Smile to start things off here today. Open up with barracks and gas as well, so looking as though he's just going to go into a Reaper expand. And wow, I really hope that they stop chatting in this lobby, because otherwise it's going to get really annoying. I didn't even think about, looking to see if they were talking. Hopefully not, as we have Smile already begin SCV Scout here. As you can see on the screen, mYinsanity have a absolute ton of top matches to play in the first few weeks. They have Vegas Quadrant to play against next week, New Era Gaming against the week after. They are the Season 1 champions. They only finished in the round of 8 last season. So yeah, that's mYinsanity in the upper right hand corner from ECVisualize. A team who's only made it into group stages in both Season 1 and Season 2. In fact, they finished in 8th place in each of them group stages. They, up here in the upper right-hand corner, the Protoss player in blue from ECV. It's Fear to start things off for them today. So yeah, quite intrigued to see how this goes. Look at the ECV lineup as well. They have a ton of hard teams as well. mYinsanity, ESC, Carnage, alternate in the first 4 weeks. ECV do not have an easy, especially considering they're coming into this as probably one of the lesser favoured teams. ECV are probably gonna, really have to dig deep, because they need to get what I would call a couple of upsets if they want to get some kind of half-decent start to the season. So guys, let's take off that and get properly into this game. We've got an expansion already on the way down here for our Protoss player, just a single gas expand. The Reaper is across the map right now, and we just have a reactor and a factory actually on the way up here, as this reactor's getting turned away. This Reaper is getting turned away nice and quickly, and won't actually be able to achieve all too much. So Reaper just checking in, seeing what's up, sees the expansion, knows that not too much is really going to be coming out of the Protoss player for a little while here. We'll just back off for now before he feels as though he needs to get some more information once again in this game. So Reaper just backing off, and we'll see what he's going to try and do as the game goes on. Robotics facility on the way down here for Fear, which is just pretty much the standard opening currently in PvT to get that robotics facility down. If you're going to skip the if you're going to skip the Stargate, not go for an Oracle, Robo facility is pretty much the common way to go. We still sometimes do see Blink, but nowhere near as much as we used to. So, a couple of Marines on the low ground, and wow, this factory is actually going to swap places with this barracks. So we're going to see the factory land on the reactor. And as this factory comes down the reactor, I guess we're going to see some Hellions coming out here for Smile. So a couple of Hellions on the way out. The Starport coming down as well, and more Marines coming out. So going to be some Hellion Marine elevator play on the way very soon, and we'll see if Fear is going to have enough to be able to hold on against this. First Forge on the way down, and looking to just head into his upgrade as some observers start to come out for Fear as well here, looking to continue to go into this game with a lot of map control, be able to watch any kind of watch for any kind of drops or anything like that. How's everyone in the chat doing today? Who are you guys supporting? Please do let us know if you support mYinsanity or if you support ECVisualize. Let it be known. We do like to know who you guys support and who you're cheering for. So, get active in the chat. Let us know who you're shouting for. as we do have, as looks as though the start of this aggression beginning to come out here. First two Hellions going to be turned away by Stalkers on top of that ramp. Observers heading across the map. It will see the Marines maybe? No, just doesn't see the Marines on the watchtower. Reaper's actually in this base again. It will get one worker kill, in fact 2 worker kills, so that's pretty nice for that Reaper. I don't know how much he actually saw though. He did, okay, he saw everything. He saw the forge. He actually hasn't seen the robotics facility, so that's a little bit of a, unfortunate event, as the medevac does load up. I guess you can more or less assume it, with the fast forward, just most likely going to be a robot facility. And the Marines going to start dropping out of this medevac, and wow, the Stalker's going to completely shut this down, pick off the medevac. And Hellions are going to come into the natural at the same time. Phone overcharge does pop. These probes are taking a fair amount of damage. And Fear, well, he's taking a few worker losses, but he's cleaned up absolutely everything for the Terran player, so the aggression will stop from this point onwards. And Smile just going to bunker up at the front, add some gases, and continue on in this game. Alright, so bunker on the way down, and another observer coming across the map. We already have one here, which is actually going to go forward and finally actually see what's going on in the Terran base. Not really too much else to see at this point though. He knows, of course, it was a factory open, so he'll probably know the stim's a little bit delayed. He's going to come in here and see the pretty standard stuff. I think the third command center is probably the most important thing you can see at this point. Seeing the third command center will allow him to, he's going to be able to just say, right, okay, so third CC is on the way down. I'm going to be able to just, he knows that it's just going to be an orbital. He knows it's probably going to be landed very soon. And he knows he's also pretty much safe to take his own third base, which is kind of nice to take your third base at about 9:30 for a Protoss player. That's nice and early. So, early thirds for both of these guys as we head on in towards the mid-game here. The first Colossus on the way out. Blink being started up as well as that +1 attack after the +1 armor here. So, a Protoss player really getting into the stride of the game. Our Terran player also scanning here. Did he take down an observer? Yes, he did. So, nice little pick off from an observer by Smile. And, yeah, just, again, bunkered up at the front right now. Some medevacs starting to come out. Doesn't have all too many units to go along with these first two medevacs. So, he's probably not going to push quite yet. I mean, usually right now it's the point where with the first two medevacs that come out is the point where you usually lift up in your medevacs, you start heading across the map to be aggressive. But this isn't all too big of an army. He's going to move out to the watchtowers. He can pick up and get out of there quickly if needed. And as been mentioned in the chat right now, engineering bays are very late to start the upgrades. He's going to be about a whole set of upgrades behind, so he's going to be 0-0 with 1-1 just beginning here. One is opponent's going to have 1-1 finished up. A second forge now on the way as well for Fear. So he's going to continue on in this game, continuing to just tech on up, continue to pump his upgrades out, and Nexus finishes at the third. As these few units do come through the middle of the map, and we'll see what kind of stuff they can do. I think there's not too much of them to really take a fight against the Protoss player just yet. But let's see what happens. A couple more medevacs joining up as well. And this 4 medevacs, can they get any damage done? Can they maybe kill off this third base? I feel it's very unlikely that they will. Throw an overcharge, maybe even a time warp. I guess time warp wouldn't be the best decisions. They can just pick up the medevacs and escape, so it would be a waste of energy. Throw an overcharge is used as scan going down. No observer here. So Smile not really achieving all too much from there. And Fear holds on to this third base. Nice and simply, in all honesty. 2-2 starts up for him, so his upgrades are going to keep on coming out here as next Colossus pops out, and he just continues to add to this Colossus count as the game goes on. Third base landed for Smile as well, so both these players mining from free base right now, and their economy will only increase as this game goes on, I would imagine. It doesn't look as though either player is really too interested in... Excuse me, bless me. It doesn't look as though either player is too interested in actually, going in and, really doing any damage in the main. We haven't seen any warp prism. We're going to see a bit of a drop now, but I get the feeling that, Fear's going to be right on top of it. So I don't think we're going to see anything really too successful in terms of harassment here in this first game, at least not right now, and we're just going to sit back and watch these guys macro up for a little bit longer. The first few Vikings on the way out for Smile. He's even added on a ghost here, just a single ghost though, so... I guess he doesn't have an armory. I guess he could if he wanted to go for an SCV pull. I guess it's a possibility. He doesn't have that many Vikings though, and that's the real issue. He just doesn't have that many Vikings at all. I mean, if he does go on in the game, he's going to fall very far behind on upgrades because again, he doesn't have an armory. It's going to be a long time before the before his 2-2 catches up. So it's probably going to be 3-3 against 1-1 at some point in this game, which is definitely going to be scary for the Terran player to go up against. And it's almost as though in that kind of situation, you know, you almost have to kind of just drop your opponent to death instead of taking a straight up fight. So let's watch and see what happens. I mean, we still only have this one single Ghost out for Smile. He seems to just not really be spending anything on this guy. He's still only making 2 Vikings at a time. He's going to start moving out with the majority of his army. A couple more Vikings on the way out as well here. So starting to move across the map with everything that he can. And we'll see if it's going to be enough. He isn't. Okay, he's pulling a few SCVs. So get a few more from the third base. So this is a, you know, kind of an SCV pull. But the zone, oh, it's 24. I guess I'll take him down to 40 workers. But he's leaving a lot of them behind. Okay, here comes some more. So SCVs are pretty much all coming. But he's still left a fair few mining. So he still has a little bit of income here, as everything's coming across, and I just don't think there's enough Vikings. You know, the SCVs are there to tank, so that the Vikings have time to take down the Colossi. And once the Colossi are dead, then the Bio can just split, stim in, and, you know, kill everything. But as it stands right now, I don't think that's really going to happen. It looks as though these probes are just going to evacuate here. Pylon is taken down, and it looks as though this Nexus is going to fall here. So, I mean, Fear making the correct decisions. With that many SCVs pulled, there's no real need to defend his third base. He can just afford to wait and bite, and, you know, bite as much time as he needs. There's 5 Colossus now, and 5 Colossus, they're almost outnumbering the Vikings. Only 8 Vikings here. Templar Archives will fall, and a couple of Archons out here as well. Looking as though they can do some pretty decent tanking, as it looks as though we're going to come forward. A huge couple of time warps slowing down the whole of this army. And, well, this is actually just going to be a massacre, I feel. I mean, the SCVs don't even get close. The Vikings are taking way too long to kill the Colossus. Not a single Colossus has fallen yet. Still no Colossus falls. Finally, the first one goes down. And the whole army just disappears, and Smile, no option now but to GG. And, in fact, he does. And game number 1 goes the way of ECVisualize. The underdogs here in this series will take this first game. And, a pretty simple first game it was. Our Terran player tried to go for the SCV pull. It didn't quite work out for him. And, well, it, you know, our Protoss just kind of took the advantage. He played it right. He waited a little longer. He gave up the third base. And he took the fight when he felt he needed it most. Perfect time warps on that army, and they're so important just to stop the SCVs getting, you know, forward so quickly. Stop the Bio getting in range to start taking down them Zealots. It gives them Colossi an extra shot or two on the army, and it clears up a lot of the SCVs. So it's almost as though the SCVs were never there by the time that the main fight actually starts happening. It's kind of like, well, and I mean the main issue was just the lack of Vikings, right? Like there was like 8 Vikings, 5 Colossi. When there's 5 Colossi up, you know, you need 12, 14 Vikings. If, you know, you just need more. You need to be able to, like, one-shot them down, target fire the Colossi, get rid of them quickly so the damage stops coming out, and to play it out from there. Guys, we're going into game number 2 after a quick commercial break here. This is the SC2 Improved Team League Season 3. mYinsanity versus ECVisualize from week 1 of the competition. Will be 3 minutes, and when we're back, it'll be game number 2, which will be taking place on merry-go-round as autumn, also known as winter. Google something which could, edit replay chat to try and get rid of the replay chat, but it's hard right now. Looks as though I can't actually do it on the fly, so I was just trying to see if I could, so that we could maybe get rid of the replay chat, but hopefully it dies off anyway. These guys didn't know that games were going to be casted from replays, so they were just talking and chatting to each other through the game, which of course it's pretty reasonable, as we're going to go into game number 2 of this best of 7 all kill right now. We're going to load on up into merry-go-round for a PvZ this time, as Fear stays on. It's best of 7 all kill, and the next player out from mYinsanity is Autumn. This guy is a Swedish player. He used to go by the name of Winter, so we'll see how he is going to do here. He is in the upper left-hand corner, the purple Zerg player, Autumn. Again, from mYinsanity, who, again, Season 1 champions. Not so great a performance in Season 2. They lost to Alien Invasion in the round of 8 in the playoffs. It was a bit of a tough draw for them, in all honesty. I mean, they throughout the main season, they had a couple of, very close losses, and that put them as, I think, 3rd in their division. And that actually put them up against 2nd place of Group B, which was which was Alien Invasion. It was a very close match, 4-2 for AI. I think it was Patience who killed off Stardust in the final game to secure the victory for them. So we're going to get into this next game right now. It's game 2 of this best of 7 all kill, guys. So without any further ado, let's go introduce our other player who's on the other side of the map. He's the Blue Protoss player from ECVisualize. It's the Protoss player, Fear. You know, an interesting fact about Winter, and again, this is not the streamer Winter, so it's not the streamer, guys, if you were wondering, it is not. As we actually have a Forge first on the way up for Fear. He's not the same guy as the streamer, he's a Swedish player, he's renamed to Autumn, maybe because he's sick of people accusing him of being Winter. Maybe it's just because he could also just simply, well, very simply be because, you know, he just wants to change name a bit or something, I don't know, but, so yeah, a couple of cannons, a cannon coming down here. Autumn is getting cannon rushed, and he will just actually cancel this hatchery pretty quickly here. Base is actually going to come up all the way over here. And Fear, I mean, well, he's actually going to get hatchery blocked here. Now, he will get cannon down nice and quickly, the advantage of getting this Forge first. I suppose, however, though, the real problem is that it will definitely still delay his Nexus. I mean, the longer this continues to build for, you could even let it finish, and you could maybe try and get a probe kill with the brood lanes. He could cancel and try and make an evolution chamber. We'll see what exactly he wants to. We'll see what exactly he wants to do here, and see if he wants to let it complete or what. So we have some drones heading over now towards this base over here, which is also being double pyloned here, so that cannons can start coming up. Now these drones are going to start coming across and looking to try and you know, pretty much stop this from happening. 2 cannons on the way, but with these drones pulled, I think it might actually be possible to just shut this down in plenty of time, because these cannons don't have that many hit points as this hatchery is still continuing over here. It looks as though it will just be left to finish up. It could be cancelled at the last moment, but I think it could get definitely blocked for longer. So 1 cannon cancelled now, but 2 more still on the way. This hatchery has been allowed to finish, so Autumn's actually very confident here that he's going to be able to let this complete, as he gets a kill on another cannon. And I think he might just, will he go for it? Okay, he's going to try and just get the cancel on this cannon too, but he can't get quite a full surround with his drone, so he's just going to have to evacuate from this. So this base already in a little bit of trouble for him. This base does complete over here, so it's not as though Fear is going to get an expansion of his own anytime soon, and both players are committing a lot of resources into kind of the cannon rush and the counter cannon rush here at the moment. So, excuse me, I've still got the overlay online. Few lings coming in here, and they're going to try and take down this cannon. I think they should be able to, because actually the cannons are currently target firing the hatchery, and not target firing the lings means that, well, very simply, the lings won't die and the cannons will. Cancel on this other cannon here, and Autumn is going to be able to hold on to this base at least. So while back at home, Fear still cannot expand because he's got to wait for this creep to go. He's actually going to have lings in his main base. This is actually a little bit troublesome because 6 Zerglings, they're not going to get taken down by this cannon. They're going to go straight into the main base. The first Zealot's only on the way, but Zealots, well, okay, there's a first Zealot here already. 2 Zealots still aren't really going to be able to catch up with these Zerglings. Some more lings coming across the map, and Autumn looking as though he may try and break through here. 2 Zealots are going to come across. He's going to pylon block at the ramp, so he's not going to you know, have any more lings running by into the main. These lings are just going to turn around and fight. 2 probe kills already, and now a 3rd, and this is actually going really well for our Zerg player. A lot of them probes left on low health, only 3 Zerglings left though, so not going to be able to get too much more done with these. These things are going to just run around in circles, and we've actually have some roaches on the way as well, so Autumn looking as though he might just get aggressive, head across the map, try and get something done. He's actually pulled out of gas, so he's only going to be making 8 roaches maximum, or 7. Sorry, so this is the most roaches he's going to make for now because he's pulled out of gas. I guess he's now going to try drone up, but he's definitely going to try at least bust through a little bit here. These lings keeping these Zealots busy in the main base. Mothership Core comes out though, so these lings are not long for this world for too much longer. Autumn currently 11 drones behind, and an 11 drone deficit is not too great of a scenario to be in. I mean, it's a pretty significant you know, lack of economy really. I mean, yes, he can drone and catch up now. The real problem is taking his 3rd base. He just kind of need to take this. He's not going to take down that cannon quite yet. I guess he needs to take it, but the natural nexus of Fear is not yet finished still. So I guess he's not in a major rush to take it. So he's just going to commit to these roaches first, and then clear up this cannon, and then expand. The only real disadvantage Autumn's really at now is the fact that this third base is much further away than you would usually like it to be. You know, there's a long distance between reinforcements right now, between the main and this base, so if aggression was to come in from Fear, he's going to have to make sure to have, you know, already units in position and prepared to take this on. Now these roaches look as though they're going to be able to get through here because there isn't a full block. Oh, there is! It's going to be able to stop the roaches getting in, and a sentry has just popped out, so maybe there's a possibility here still. One cannon is going to, with the mothership core, is slowly going to be picking off these roaches, and I mean, these roaches continue to fall full and overcharge pops, and I think this is actually going to be a safety. I think, oh, there's just a gap in the wall, so these roaches, 2 roaches and a ling will get through into the main base here. I thought something was happening up there on the map, but it wasn't, and well, these probes are chasing down these roaches right now, as Fear is doing a pretty good job to just keep chasing, but Autumn's doing a really good job to just step away, get as many kills as he can, and you know, this actually gives him a worker advantage at this point. Overall, 9 workers killed. Of course, that adds in the 3 workers which were killed by the earlier Zerglings, so this is giving Autumn actually a 6 worker lead now, so it's actually starting to look a little bit more like a normal game. I don't really understand taking this base over here. I guess he just really doesn't want to commit units to taking down this cannon just yet. So he's just going to expand over here instead, but again, I mean, we're still talking about distances, and let's just zoom out. I mean, this is, instead of just defending here, here, and here, he's now defending here, here, and here, and it's just so much, these bases are so far apart, it can definitely have an effect if any kind of attack does come in from our Protoss player. Now, is that a possibility here? He's on 4 gateways and Nova Tech, so generally with this kind of setup you would expect some kind of aggression, because Fear isn't going for any kind of overtech just yet. He's not adding a robotics facility, but that being said, he does have a lot of gas to spend, so it could be 2 things. It could be a warping of sentries followed by more warpings of zealots, or it could just be that he's going to start throwing down a robo facility, start up his +1 armor as well, and, you know, continue his tech here. These 4 zealots are going to come in towards the main base, may try and get a couple of worker kills, some zealots in towards the third at the same time here, so some drones are being taken down, and Fear going to continue doing a fair amount of damage as, you know, he's on the counter attack basically. He's looking to kind of do some damage where he's taking damage beforehand. Drones are definitely falling right now. In fact, a lot of drones are going down as these zealots continue to come forward. That's going to be a spine crawler killed off, not cancelled. These zealots still in the main, more zealots coming into the main. You know, this is the problem with not having cleaned up these pylons earlier, that these zealots are just going to be able to run free and keep on warping in. And wow, this third base, or natural base I guess, really kind of in some way has been completely drained of its drones, as more drones going to go down in the main base still. Some roaches are still here trying to help out. Finally these zealots will get cleaned up, but the damage done from 1 worker killed a couple of minutes ago to now 18 workers killed, 19 workers killed, 20 workers killed, that's 19 workers, and a great little warping by Fear. You know, multi-pronged aggression from the left, from the natural, and Autumn just was not quite prepared for that. Now he sits 20 workers behind. Stargate has been created here, so we're actually going to see an Oracle coming out, and this is pretty cool as well. He's seeing that there's no spore crawlers down, so he's just saying, I'm going to try and abuse the fact that you're skipping on spore crawlers, and I'm going to try and, you know, punish you with an Oracle, with some, you know, Stargate play, and it has the potential, I think, to definitely do some damage, as we have a bit of a nightmare trying to select the Oracle. There we go. Oracle coming across now. I mean, Autumn doesn't have anything here. He's got a Queen, but the Oracle should be able to take on the Queen. Either way, it's going to be able to get a lot of drones if it just decides to tank the Queen. I think that may be the better option. Taking down more and more workers here. A little bit of miscontrol there as more drones fall. And the main base is completely cleared out as the drones have to fall back. And will come back in. Oracle stays alive as roaches and lings trying to move through the map. They've taken out the pylon to the left hand side, which is something, as we now see Immortals and Void Rays in production. This Oracle getting 8 kills in total, and that's now 28 workers killed. Absolutely crazy start to this game by Fear. I say start, yet we're 14 minutes in, but it barely feels as though we're started, because these players have barely really gotten up and running off of their 3 bases. I mean, we're only really going into what I would call the mid-game now, because, I mean, the tech's only just really starting to come in for our Protoss player. You know, the bit of economy is only really just starting to come up, the upgrades are only really just starting to come in, so I would say this is kind of just the start of the mid-game here. We've been set very far back by all of these cannon rushes at the start of this game. A third base now going to come down. He cleans out the Overlord on this side, but I think that's actually, Pylon would actually block a third Nexus anyways. That would kind of, surely not. Surely you can't put a third Nexus there. Oracle taking some more hits. It's actually on 14 kills all of a sudden. I guess it's been killing off workers over here. Excuse me, missed that while contemplating the Pylon on the third base. As we do have a hallucinated Phoenix here taking down a single Overlord. Of course, not actually taking it down, but just trying to scout around in the main base. That's one of them silly things you say. You know, you're trying to just very quickly off the top of your head just say something to fill the time, and you say try and take down the Overlord. And of course, Hallucination's not going to take down the Overlord. Huge ring of force fields. And then Roaches are wishing they hadn't stepped that far forward anymore as they get absolutely annihilated here. And well, Fear is actually moving across the map. He is looking for maybe just to go in for the kill now. Now some Roaches are going to come across here and counterattack. That Roach speed is helping them out quite a bit to get across here quickly. Some probes will begin to fall. Our Protoss player is not interested in turning back around though, and I think he's right in not doing so. Warpins can take care of that while, you know, at the same time he's going to take down the base over here. There's no way this base survives, and I don't even know if there's a way in which this base survives either. Maybe if he recalls to defend these Roaches, maybe that's how that over base survives for Autumn. Maybe, possibly, what's he going to do? Is he going to keep moving forward? He peels away the Zealots. Looks as though he is just going to go forward with everything. So, these Roaches are going to take it down in third base, which Fear isn't even using. While Fear is probably going to take down this Natural. Now, there is actually a fair few Roaches here. A few of these units actually getting caught already, as they did split up from the rest of the army. Some more force fields coming in. Drones pulled, and just the rest of these units just cannot get through at all. These Roaches cannot do anything. And, wow, all of a sudden here, Autumn, he's lost another base, and now he's on one base economy. A transfuse to try and keep this base alive, but it's just not enough. Now the recall comes in. Now he goes back home. Yes, he lost his third base, but he got 2 bases in return, and this is exactly what he needed here. Alright, so, Autumn, he sits here with a few Roaches. He sends some more Roaches across the map to try counterattack. Fear taking a hidden base at the top left. As this Oracle comes in once again, 16, 17 kills, now chasing down more and more drones. He's going to get 18. Will he keep going? Yes, he will. He's just going to go for 19. And this Oracle will still survive, heading up northwards. Roaches all going to accumulate together here and go for an attack on this Natural, but surely there is just no way here. There's now even more Void Rays coming out from the main base. 3 in total, a couple of 3 Immortals also. 3 seems to be the magic number as a huge wall of cannons comes up to protect this base in the upper left. It's not spotted by Autumn, he has no idea about it, and I mean, he's just trying to re-expand right now. This Oracle is still just flying around, still 19 kills, looking for its 20th, and it will find a drone here, walking through the Natural. Finds 2. And hits 21 as it still moves around. Some Roaches coming back. We're still sitting at 47 probes to 22 drones. As this Oracle still just flying around looking for more opportunities to do even more damage. Looking as though he's just going to come in here and, you know, take down some more drones. And 23, 24, 25, some Hydras come out. Is this the end of the Oracle? Maybe? No, not just yet. As this army is still just kind of positioned in that front, but there's just no way you can really take this on. This Protoss army is just way too much currently for Autumn. Some people asking in the chat if it is the Swedish winter. It is the Swedish winter. As Fear just sitting outside his Natural right now. This base, I believe, is still not spotted. He's actually recalled probes over there with the mothership core. So a pretty cute move to not have to send, you know, not have to like click them across the map, which would, you know, most likely mean that base would end up being spotted. Main base is pretty much mined out here. Oracle is back, and it's nearly on 30 kills now as it still gets away. And that's actually leaving Autumn at just 14 drones. This is absolutely crazy. Like absolutely ridiculously crazy here as Autumn is... I mean, what does he do from here? He has no drones left. Fear comes back in towards the main base. A Queen pops out. Maybe this Queen, the Oracle's not being paid. It's just not got the DPS out, but Oracle stays alive. Roach is still here. I don't really know what Fear's waiting for. Like, he's sending out Hallucinating Phoenix. He must think that Winter somehow, or Autumn, sorry, is somehow got some kind of massive army, but it's just not true. There's just absolutely nothing even, and. Yeah, I don't know. Shall we play a game in the chat? Come on, guys. If you guess correctly how many kills this Oracle ends with, you can have a gold star. You can have a pat on the back. I'm gonna guess 37. Go on. I'm gonna go higher than the guys in the chat. There's this Oracle coming across the map here, and well, some Roaches still moving around here, looking for an opportunity to do something, but again, I mean, how do you find an opportunity to do anything when this army's here? I think the only reason Autumn is still in this game is because he has no idea about the third base to the top left. And not knowing about that third base is, you you know, not knowing about that third base is really, really painful for him. Because I think, again, if he knew about that, he probably could kill it off. I mean, you know, there's a sentry there, but if he could probably... I'm sure he'd find a way up to take down them cannons. He's got an army to do it. The question is, you know, can he really, you know, will he ever spot it to take advantage and shut that down? You know, the longer that's up for, the more army Fear is able to build off of 2 bases, but really it's 3 bases. This Oracle taking a lot of shield damage, but still not dead. As, again, I still think Autumn just thinks he has some kind of chance here. He's going to kill off this base again. He still thinks his opponent's just on 2 bases, whereas, you know, he's still got a mining base, which I guess is a little bit fresher. I guess he assumes, you know, I guess it's quite hard to say, you know, what kind of position he actually is in. I guess he just doesn't really know too well. I mean, maybe if he saw this army, I don't know when the last time he saw the entirety of this army was. This third base on the way back up again. Roach is coming in to try and cancel this again here. As some roaches are coming in. This Nexus takes some hits, and Force Field doesn't actually catch any of these roaches, so this is pretty nice. As Lings and Roach is going to try and hit this natural. Running in here, and there's a gap in the wall, so Lings get through. Roaches are going to get through as well. The Sentry uses its Force Field, so Roach is going to be in the natural. At the same time, going to come back in towards what he thinks is the third, but an army's been left behind. And, well, now actually, you see Autumn finally losing a few of these roaches. Ling's actually cleaned up by a cannon in the main base. The roaches not actually being dealt with in the natural, so killing off some workers here, but, I mean, it doesn't even matter. Has the Oracle died? No, where's the Oracle? Over here, still on 29 kills. Wow, is it really not going to get any more kills? Wow, that's a little bit sad here, as third base does actually end up cancelled once again, but it looks as though all of the roaches die for it, and I mean, surely now is the point where Fear just moves across the map. Is this Oracle really not going to get another kill after we started playing the game? 29 from Connor the Drunk looks as though, in the chat, looks as though that's going to be the one which reigns true. 42 from Surefire North, now that's ambitious. 40 from Zirion, a couple of guys saying 69. 34 from the Mackay, someone agreeing with Penguin there. As Fear coming across this Oracle, is it going to go up? Is it not going to be 30? Oh, GG's before the Oracle can get more kills. No! We don't even see a final fight. Oh, kind of sad, honestly. This game, as we see game 2 end here. Wow. So yeah, Fear just takes the game. I mean, it was coming for a long time there, and he takes it in the end. And well, GG. Oracle does end with 29. He was close. It was. I think it was Connor the Drunk. So well done, Connor. Decent guess. 35 kills from Barmy. You know, I guess in the end it was a trick question. We didn't even really expect it, simply because, you know, who didn't think the Oracle would get more kills? Guys, we're going into a quick commercial break, but when we come back, it's another Zerg player from mYinsanity. Get ready, because Kane is coming out to try and put mYinsanity on the scoreboard here, as they're currently an 0-2 deficit to ECVisualize. Don't go too far, we'll be back in 3 minutes time for more games from the SC2 Improved Team League Season 3 match between mYinsanity and ECV. If you're enjoying the show, you can hit the follow button on the stream. We'll do some Twitch shoutouts when we come back. Improved Team League Season 3. How are you all doing? Hope you're doing well. And I hope you're ready for game number 3, because mYinsanity send out Kane to deal with Fear here in this next map. So let's see how this is going to go down. Our map is Foxtrot Labs, a map which honestly I'm not too used to seeing until the end of the series. So a little bit weird. Fear apparently doesn't even play this map very much, has it vetoed usually. So Kane apparently picking a map which is going to be pretty good for him here. He is, of course, from mYinsanity. In the upper left-hand corner, the pink Zerg player, the Canadian, it's Kane. So, Kane starting up here in the upper left-hand corner as the third player from mYinsanity. First, Smile fell, now Autumn, and now Kane comes out to try and put a point on the scoreboard. In the lower right-hand corner, the blue Protoss player from ECVisualize. It's Fear. Down here. Again, ECV, if they, I mean, the 2-0 up is a fantastic spot for them to be in. You know, they've played in both previous seasons of SC2ITL. They finished 8th place in the group stage each time. If they were truly able to beat mYinsanity. What a great start to the season this would be for them. Like, you know, it'd be absolutely crazy if they could beat mYinsanity as the first match of the season. Like, just imagine, like, what a start that would be. Such a great way to maybe even, you know, get off to, you know, maybe look ahead to finishing better than you ever have done before. So, how's everyone doing in the chat, guys? mYinsanity bringing out the big gun, says Mango. Hello, Kurote, late to the party and surprised to see ECV ahead. Wow. Kane is a player from mYinsanity, and that's why he's coming out here to play for mYinsanity young soon. So yeah, Forge is on the way up here for Fear after Nexus first. We have, ooh, very cool gold base expansion from Kane. Oh, I love maps with gold bases, especially, you know, Habitation Station. We got to the point where it's like, gold base expansions, can you punish them anymore? Maybe not, because in the end the gold base actually turned out to be quite safe to hold. But this gold base, you know, how do you truly hold this gold base? You know, you've got to come all the way around to fight any units, any ranged units which are here, or, you know, around this way in here. It's really hard to hold compared to, say, Habitation Station. I love it when players try something unique like this to try and maybe catch their opponents off guard. First of all, Link's actually going to get in here before the cannon finishes. They're actually going to start targeting down this cannon. Can they kill the cannon? If they can kill the cannon and more Links can come across the map, that would be absolutely huge. I think the cannon's going to fall here. One Zergling picked off, the second Zergling picked off too. So only 2 Zerglings left, because being chrono boosted. No more Zerglings coming across the map. But kind of nice. We'll force another 150 minerals out of our Protoss player right at the start of this. So, who played for mYinsanity so far? It was Smile, followed by Autumn. So, not their Korean players, not yet. And of course, they can only use one of their Korean players after this. If they do lose Kane, as they'll only have one player left to send out. Shaq trolling in the chat saying Stardust and Saxby have played. Wouldn't that be the day where UCV are 2-0 up after taking down Stardust and Saxby? So, yeah, Kane is going to take the gold bases here. It's a best of 7. Yes, it is ingenious as well. Not too much going on at the start of this PvZ. Zergling's actually going to try and get this probe. Maybe be able to catch it. Depends. They're going to play a ring around the gas geyser. Will, in the end, just move away. As these Links still going to stick around the main base until a Mothership Core comes out or a Stalker. They're not really going to be able to be taken down, as Kane is completely just droning up this gold base right now. Spotted, though, by Fear. He does know about this. He's known about this from very early on, so he must have some kind of idea as to what he wants to do. Already a proxy pylon in the upper right-hand corner of the map. And a Twilight Council coming down. Okay. This is pretty intriguing. So, well, I would say, honestly, if my opponent took this gold base and I'm a Protoss player, I'd do something like a 4-gate pressure, because, you know, we were talking about it before, it's kind of in a bit of a weird place to hold, kind of, maybe. You know, you can maybe be aggressive from this side and, you know, shut down the mine on the gold base. I wouldn't try and rush DTs, which I believe this is what it's going to be, and simply because that Kane is just going to be very safe anyways here, he's going to add Spore Crawlers on. You know, I think the likelihood of him adding Spore Crawlers, considering he's got extra economy from the gold base, is very high. So I don't really agree with the decision to try and go for DTs. Now, this could still work. If he's able to get 3 DTs in here very quickly, and just before there's any units here, snipe down this Spore Crawler, before Lair finishes, he could still kill off the 3rd base, and that'd put him in an okay position. But if there's units out here, and in position, and DTs just get cleaned up and do nothing, well, it's going to be a very short and unsuccessful and, you know, very lackluster game from Fear, because if you get your DT shut down very quickly, you just don't have anything, really, like, to go into the mid-game with. You don't have a Robo Facility. I guess he's actually going to go Blink, so he's going to go for kind of a Blink follow-up. Now, the problem with that is, you know, it's delayed. It's not the fastest Blink could be. So it's kind of a delayed Blink follow-up. And again, if your DTs haven't done anything, then the Zerg player is in just as good a position as he was initially. So it's kind of like holding a delayed Blink all-in where you've had nothing done to you. Now, if the DTs can do some damage, of course, that Blink all-in will be able to get something done here, as Kane coming across the map, and he's going to try and take down Forge here at the front, actually, and this Forge may very well fall. I mean, Force Field comes down on it, but there's enough roaches here to get this Forge killed. That's a pretty huge pick-off, in all honesty, because if you think about this, that's no upgrades going to be part of this all-in. However, DT is coming in, it's coming straight in towards this mineral line. 2 DTs already actually under attack by a couple of drones, and Drone's going to get us around on this DT here. He's just going to get a queen. He doesn't even get the queen, though. 2 DTs in towards the natural, however. How much damage can these do? They're just going to split up and go everywhere. At the same time, though, DTs are being used to defend, but I mean, quite a bit of this space is being ravaged. I mean, we're seeing all of these gateways unpowered at the front, and Kane losing a bit of army for it. How much worker damage has he taken so far? 7 workers killed, so this is going alright for Kane. 8 workers, I mean, he used 3 DTs. This attack at the front will put him behind a little bit. It'll take him a while to get this back up and running. You can already see he's stacking up more minerals than he should be. Adding on the 5 extra gateways, and losing the Forge is the main thing. If he's going to be fighting with 0-0, when instead he could be fighting with +1. Ooh, is he just going to take a third? It looks as though well, obviously it looks as though he will, because there's the next coming up. The question is, though, will he actually use this third base? Or is he just going to still commit to the blink all-in? Because he's adding more and more gateways. I mean, 5 gateways still in production, with 3 finished. Like, how many is there in total? 3, 5, 1, and 4. That's 5, 6, 10. Today, Wardy does maths. 10 gateways in total. He's literally, I guess what his plan is just try and hold a third base with an overwhelming number of gateway units, with an overwhelming number of Blink Stalkers, and maybe just try and essentially all in off of 3 bases with just pure Blink Stalker. But he has to cancel the third base now. Kane continuing to come forward here, and I mean, actually, if you just look, I've just looked a glimpse at the supplies. Kane is like 80 supply against 16 in terms of army. He's in such a sick position right now. As he's just going to come up here, he's going to start cleaning out some pylons which are out and about on the map. He's got an overseer with his army, so you can pick off any DTs which he runs into. More DTs coming in towards the third, and this is what I would have liked to see him do originally. Pick off the Spore Crawler with a bunch of DTs and try and kill the third base. But it looks as though, you know, he's going to try and do that now, but look at the reaction from Kane. Just immediately surrounds with the drones, buys himself some time. Units on the way, and these DTs are going to die as well. I mean, he's continuing to do worker damage. 20 workers killed, 21 workers killed. But there's just so much already out for Kane. He was already on 60 drones, now he's only on 50. But he's got a gold base, and that gold base adds so much to this. As Kane not going to come into these Blink Stalkers just yet, waiting for some more roaches and more some lings to get across here. This Mothership Corps trying to take down these Zerglings and Roach. But, I mean, obviously very slowly, as the Zerglings and Roach is going to hit this front door once again here. Simon Next Corps going to start getting target fire down. That's going to fall. That means no more Stalkers, which is basically the only thing Fear has committed into right now. He's only got Blink research. That's the only upgrade he has. So he's not going to be able to build the only unit he's been spending money to upgrade. And again, this kind of starts to suck for him. Hydralisk's on the way for Kane. I mean, Groove Spine's on the way, +2 on the way. Things just get better and better for him as time goes on. He's not overcommitting into any kind of silly fight to give Fear an opportunity to just capitalize on a counterattack, perhaps. He's just buying his time. He's being very cautious whenever he moves forward. And, I mean, every time he moves forward, he just seems to get another advantage for himself. You know, just a couple of, you know, he makes a move, he gets a kill or something. That time he killed the Cyber Core. Beforehand, he's killed the Forge. You know, every time he just seems to be able to do a little something extra. As these Roaches and Lings are just, and Hydras now even, sitting outside this natural expansion. I mean, it's a fairly large army for Fear, yes. But how much will it really be able to trade against this? +2's not yet finished for his Zerg play. He's going to fight in towards the Time Warp. He doesn't really even need to take the fight yet. He could back off, wait for +2 to come in again with, you know, in a couple of moments, but he's just going to commit to it anyways. He takes down a lot of the Zealots in the front. Now he backs off a little bit. Stalkers are going to keep chasing forward, and Blink will come back up for them here. So Blink Michael will start to come down from Fear. How good is it going to be? I think a lot of these Stalkers being blinked a little bit prematurely, as these Stalkers will now just die. And, well, I mean, we kind of saw this one coming, didn't we? No real surprises there. Kane, from the start of that game, looked as though he was very much so in control, and he showed us that he was not going to slip up in any way, shape, or form. And he closes out game number 3 to put mYinsanity onto the scoreboard. And ECVisualize finally forced to bring out another player. Next up will be Diffie, a Protoss player who I believe is Norwegian. If I'm wrong on that, please do call me out in the chat. I know he's actually in here watching, so please do call me out if you're wrong. If I'm wrong. We're going to go into a quick commercial break though, guys. If you're enjoying the show, you can hit the follow button. This is the SC2ITL. This is the channel we stream all the SC2 Improve events on. We have a ton of games coming up this week. Tonight we have Red Bloods versus MIA. Tomorrow we have StarTale making their SC2ITL debut. They take on Team Mistral at 6 PM Central European Summer Time. That'll be followed by ESC versus New York Blanche, followed by Carnage Esports against Team Extreme Supremacy. So a sick lineup of series tomorrow. Going to be casting all day Saturday. So hit the follow button if you want to see when we go live again in the future. If you really love the channel and you want to get more involved, you can also subscribe. And if you subscribe, you get a couple of benefits. All of your subscription money goes towards more tournaments and stuff like that. If you want to see a full list of benefits, you can type !subscribe into the chat, and it will give you a link to all of the benefits. Guys, we'll be back here 3 minutes time with game number 4 as we have Catalina for another EVP here. As Kane looks to even up this series, and Diffie looks to take it to match point. Welcome back to mYinsanity versus ECVisualize here, guys, as we are in week 1 of the SC2 Improve Team League Season 3 here in Europe. How is everyone doing? Very quickly, shout out to Elri de la Vida, who has hit the follow button on Twitch. Thank you very much for your support. Killer19SC2 asking if there's a bracket anywhere. I have just posted that in the chat a couple of minutes ago. If you need it again, type !bracket. While it won't tell you the players who are playing, it will tell you completed matches, and it'll tell you upcoming matches through the weeks. And it'll also show you all of the teams which are taking part in the league as well. Now it is time to go into this next game here of mYinsanity versus ECVisualize. Kane is going up against Diffie. We're actually going to be starting off with the Blue Protoss player. The next player out from ECV after Fear has fallen is Diffie in the bottom right hand corner. The Blue Protoss player representing the Dutch based team. Let's see how he can do here. He has the opportunity to take ECV onto match point. If you're not, very familiar with ECVisualize, they're the team who was home to Shaq when he was making his run through DreamHack, which got him a little bit, got him very well known. That was DreamHack Summer, if I'm not mistaken. They really foster up and coming talent, and of course Shaq now on Mouse Sports. You can see here. I mean, the fact that they still play in the first division, it shows they've got some talented players. I feel as though losing Shaq for this season will maybe hurt them a bit, but so far, I mean, 2-1 up against mYinsanity, you cannot complain with your team's performance. Let's see how they will do here in this 4th game. I feel like a very crucial game to see how this series is going to go. I think if you give Kane a little bit too much momentum, he may just take it and go all the way, and take it as a 4-2 victory. But I reckon if Diffie can take this map, 3-1, anything can happen. 3 cheeses in a row, try and kill off the last player from mYinsanity. Anything can happen if it's 3-1. If you've got match point, it only takes 1 slip up from the next player from mYinsanity to secure a victory. So let's see what happens in the upper left, or the left hand position. We have the free hatch before pool, or free hatch and gas before pool Zerg player from mYinsanity. It is Kane again. SC2 Improve Team League Season 1 champions. Where Saral, I do believe, all killed in the finals against Cascade. I remember he definitely won the last game. I don't know if it was an all kill. My memory completely escapes me. I think it was 4-1. I think someone lost in game 1, and then it was an all kill from there. Season 2 again, they finished in the round of 8, and again we have Kane here going for this free hatch before pool gas as well. So the greediest build he could go for to start off this game. Next, first into Gateway, into Cybernetics Core. I mean, pretty greedy build altogether from Diffie as well, and probably one of the more popular builds right now for Protoss players. I mean, you get the Nexus first for the economy, you get the fast Gateway as well. Oh, was it a Nexus first? I've confused myself. It might not have been a Nexus first. I didn't see this Gateway in the main base. I guess we're 5 minutes in the game, so I guess there's a fast Nexus, followed by a Gateway, in some order, and, Nexus, Gateway, whatever. In some order they came out, and the end result is the same. The Cybernetics Core can get warp gate very quickly. A very fast robotics facility here. And this robo facility definitely has the possibility to pump out some immortals and go for an immortal sentry all in. We actually already see sentries being made before warp gate's finished on these gateways. So a possibility already to see what's going to come out here. It was just a gateway into Nexus. Okay, I messed up. We'll just admit it here. So, yeah, Robo Facility on the way. I'm pretty sure this is going to be some kind of immortal all-in. The Robo Facility, you just don't get it that quickly if you're not going to immortal all-in. Chrono Boost being used on that now. This Overlord in the main base is going to get shut down by these first two sentries. Ling's trying to come up this ramp, yet to swap this Robo Facility. So Kane blind to the natural expansion and the tech coming up in here. And these sentries are going to come down. We'll see what Diffie is going to be able to do with this. The first one all about to pop out. Extra gear is being added now. Back at home, Kane. He's had a very strong economy to go off here originally. He's still droning up. What's important is that he gets to about that 40-45 drone mark. And then he begins to make his units. And, you know, he just needs to make units, and nothing else from that point. So he needs to stop droning fairly soon. And just start going into unit production. He's heading up towards 50 drones now. And, you know, the more drones we see out of him, the little bit more scared I get. I mean, with the second immortal now being chrono boosted out, the time is coming closer for the time is coming closer for this attack to come across the map. I mean, third immortal will pretty much be the go point. Overlord still hasn't checked in here. They're on the way as well right now. Some Zerglings on the way, so this is actually starting to look a little bit better for our Zerg player. Zerglings on the way. We've actually seen an observer out. Right, this is interesting. I guess he actually doesn't know where his opponent is yet. So he's invested in the observer, which delays an immortal. He's actually just got 2 immortals now, and he's going into the War Prism. So may just go with 2 immortals and you know, go a little bit differently. It's going to hit very, very quickly, about 9 minutes by the time he's crossed the map, because this War Prism is on the way, and there's no point waiting for the War Prism. Now immediately Kane knows, but oh no, he's just made 8 more drones. Is he going to be able to get enough units out? I'm not really all too sure. As his units moving forward. And some force fields here, trying to catch a few Zerglings. Not completely successful in all honesty just yet. Most of them managed to slip away, so maybe a little bit of a waste of the sentry energy. There's not really that many force fields left on these. There's a few more sentries in the back. As this attack comes across the map, 8 roaches being made right now for Kane in that production tab. But has he droned up just a little bit too far? That is our question right now. Will he be able to hold on? Will he be able to take the engagement which he needs? Oh, really nice pick off here originally. Oh, he nearly gets that immortal. He takes the shields off of it, and you know, that's a good start here. Ling's coming in from behind and, you know, making themselves worthwhile and doing it again here. Going to look to come in and just engage from both sides. First force field traps 4 roaches completely out of this fight. The rest of the force fields coming down here basically to protect from the Zerglings. One immortal's going to fall here very quickly in this game. More stalkers being warped in. It just doesn't look as though Kane's got enough army though. You know, he engaged in a pretty decent way. These 4 roaches kind of suck a little bit, and they're still being force fielded. But he just doesn't have enough at all, and Diffie is just taking down everything. I don't even think Kane's going to be around much longer here. He doesn't seem to have anything at all. He's just going to type GG, and Diffie actually takes down Kane and puts ECVisualize, the underdogs here today, onto match point in a very, very quick game. Wow. Now that, I don't think many of us were expecting. That was not what we were expecting, and I've just looked at the next player to come out from mYinsanity. The final player to come out from mYinsanity. Guys, when we're back from the break, Jachi takes the stage. It'll be a TVP against Diffie as he looks to start a free kill if mYinsanity want to take home this game here today. Guys, don't go too far. We'll be back here with more SC2ITL. Jachi coming out next for mYinsanity. That remix makes me laugh a little bit because it kind of sounds like, just at the end it's like a squeaky, like some kind of like squeaky dog toy or like squeaky chair. It's just like like it's like, I don't actually know why I have that on my playlist. Like, I don't, it's okay, I guess. I don't really like it that much. Next game, guys. I saw people in the chat earlier saying, as if we'll see Jachi today. Well, guess what? It's time for Jachi as he goes up against Diffie in game number 5 here on Nimbus. If mYinsanity want to win this, it's going to go to all 7 games, so things are getting tight. We're going to go in game right now. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. And I hope you're ready for some more SC2ITL action here. Remember, there is more matches than this tonight. We're actually going into a live game between Red Bloods and Missed in Action after this Best of 7 series. So, you know, if you're just here for mYinsanity or ECVisualize, do make sure to stick around as well for Red Bloods versus MIA. It'll be coming up straight after this Best of 7 all kill. hopefully. Depends how long these games are, I guess, because we might have a bit of downtime. But we will see, guys. Let's go into game number 5 as Jachi comes out for mYinsanity. Are you guys ready? It is him, the red Terran player in the lower right-hand corner, Jachi. Oh, what a scary, scary player. I can't even keep up with the chat today, guys. You know, some days the chat's manageable, some days you can read it. Day like today, it's just I can't keep up with it at all. So if you're saying stuff that's important in the chat, you know, excuse me. I just, you know, you guys are just too good for me. Like, I literally just cannot keep up with you. This is annoying me because oh, there we go. Go on. Yes. Okay. Just editing the team card thing there of mYinsanity because it was a little bit out of position. I've just realised it now, and it's slightly different, annoying me. Ever so slightly annoying me. So Jachi is out here. I'm going for a Reaper expand. His opponent here on Nimbus. Don't tell me, why is this one out of position as well? What is going on? There we go. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner, he took down Kane. Can he complete the upset? In the upper left-hand corner is the teal Protoss player Diffe. Alright, so how is everyone feeling in the chat? Looks as though we're going to have a pretty simple, pretty slow start to this TVP. I'll try and read, read a little bit of the chat. I killed the song. You used to like it. Okay, sorry, Spacey. How's everyone else doing in the chat? Anyone here watching for the first time? Anyone here the first time they tune into SC2 Improve? I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces. Anyone out there who's new? I know a couple of you guys are. We've had a couple of guys hitting follow as well, such as Happy Hippo and Hyung Soon. So thank you guys for the follows on Twitch. How are you guys all doing out there? Hope you're all having fun, and again, let us know if it's your first time. Let's do some shout-outs, because it's going to be, again, pretty slow start, just expansion on the way up for Diffe. No pylons out on the map, Reaper's here, not actually really moving in just yet. What the fuck, 3-1 for ECV, asks Levy, how? Well, I'll tell you what, their players won the maps, and that's how they got 3-1 up. Well, you know, mYinsanity maybe not sending out their strongest players to start things off, which isn't surprising necessarily. You know, they're always a good team. They always, you know, make sure to test their academy players and so on, or, you know, players you may not always think to take the spotlight. So, ECV got a couple of victories. I think the biggest surprise so far is that Diffe did manage to take down Kane. That's probably the biggest upset so far tonight. So we'll have to see if Jachi will be able to bring this back or not. So, what else is going down in the chat? This Reaper was in there just doing a little bit of poking. We see a Robo facility on the way down. Back at home for our Terran player. 3 barracks. You know, very standard stuff. Again, nothing really worth noting that, you know, you wouldn't really expect to see in a TVP or anything like that. So, so yeah, we're only like 10 peeps. How can I not keep up with that chat, with the chat if it's only 10 people strong? Because it moves quickly, man. I'm trying to watch a game. Oh, you know what I've done again? I forgot to take that overlay off, so excuse me. I'm getting too carried away just talking, and yeah, so excuse me. Still getting used to it. It's something we've just added on yesterday for the SC2ITL, the team card. So if you guys do like it, do let us know as well if you like that. If you don't like it, let us know why. Let us know what you'd rather see on there instead. As the Reaper does jump in and gets a kill, and might get 2. Depends on the probe control here. And it will actually just be a Reaper that dies instead. So Reaper goes down, but I mean, he sees everything he needs to see at the start of this game. Robotics facility, an expansion with a single gas. You know, he knows what's up. And he knows there's probably just going to be some Colossus on the way in the near future. First few Marines are going to begin moving out here. Always like this, putting on a little bit of aggression early on. No Marauder, so maybe a little bit susceptible to some early Stalkers, but Jachi doesn't seem to mind. Heading in an interesting direction, looking as though he's just trying to avoid the watchtower in the middle here, which is interesting. So Marines coming across the map here, and Diffe does have a Forge finishing, his Robo Bay finishing as well. You know, no real reason for Jachi to avoid the middle of the map in the end, but just in case there was a unit there, he would have been hit as a bit of a surprise. Diffe's going to see this right now with these, with that Observer out the front, and Stalker's going to come forward, start taking out this Marine, and actually Jachi very smartly sees 3 Stalkers, just going to back off immediately, doesn't commit too far forward. He's just going to head back home for now. So Jacci just put on a little bit of light pressure here. Going to start taking some map control as well. Splitting his Marines up, one to the tower, one down here to... looks as though, yeah, just going to watch for that third base actually. So Jacci just starting to take some map control. Marauder and some more Marines now coming across the map as well. Hello, Gaffos Isks, who's new. Inhale SC is new. Hello. Spazy's new. Really? Really? Nervo, you're not new. I'm not silly. Looks as though there was a little bit of lag when this game was on. So, a lot of gateways being added on here. Going up to 7 gateways in total. I could just power up and go onto a third. Wow, whoa. No fourth gas still. That's definitely a little bit weird here. By Diffie, no fourth gas means that it's very difficult for him to, continue teching really far in this game. And it may very well just mean he's going to go for some kind of just 2-base timing across the map here. Jacci, look at this. He's beginning to spread his units out, sending some Marines over to the left. Looks as though he's going to pick them up in a medevac, maybe? Because there's 8 Marines there, right? No, there's 9. Where are they going? There's going to be a little bit of a hit squad around the left. Ooh, Marine goes down, some damage taken here. As this army comes through the map, and yes, Diffie is going to commit to this. He's already got a pylon down here, and Stalkers already, a few of them warped in. He's just going to try and kill Jacci on 2 bases right now. Jacci's just started building his third base as he starts to now try and take down his rocks. We don't actually see any bunkers being added on for him just yet, and Diffie coming forward here. He's going to look to win this game right now. +1's about to finish for Jacci. Both of these guys actually intrigued in taking down these rocks. And oh, Jacci going to take some free damage on his Marines. That's actually a huge initial mistake here. But some Marines on the counterattack. These 8 Marines, 9 Marines which peeled off are doing a lot of damage already. A fair amount of work has picked off 11. Warping in Zealots are going to be able to clean this up alongside Thought and Overcharge. Medevacs have healed up this army from the earlier damage they did take. And a couple of mines in position here as well. Now this is going to be a dead barracks, which is an interesting... an interesting start. Maybe needs an observer over here to watch these mines. The Marines have been cleaned up back at home, but not before 3 extra workers went down. So one bag's about to fall here. Jacci going to come in from all locations. Nice force field initially. Blocks these first few SCVs. And Diffie, well, he's actually going to lose one Colossus because the Marauders are stemming in from behind and there wasn't enough force fields here to keep everything out. And now he's actually going to lose the rest of his army, it seems. And things look very tense there for a moment for Jacci. But it looked as though Diffie just had one slight hole, one slight chink in his armor, and that was enough for Jacci to come forward, pick off the Colossi, and once the Colossi are dead, it's a very, very different game. Alright, so the Vikings now landing currently in this main base. The third base has actually even been able to finish up, which puts Jacci in an even better position than he maybe should be in. Oh, this is a nice force field on the ramp, but maybe just let a little bit too much through. A few too many Marauders here. Diffie continue to come forward, continue to just try and take this down, try and push through, but he's just going to lose absolutely everything. He takes on some medevacs, but now he loses a pylon. 4 pins are cancelled, and he just types GG there and then, and Jacci takes this next game. And, well, just like that, guys. We are off into game number 6. Jacci making it look a little bit simple there. A very simple, easy little hold. Doesn't take much for Jacci there to close that one out. What's going down in the chat, guys? Week 1 MYI versus nobody. Week 2 ESC versus... Oh, okay, I see. What's going on here? People, someone Diffie greater than all. Jacci, slanty face. It's okay. He won, guys. He's okay. Has Queenie played? No, Queenie will not play today. Jacci is the final player out for mYinsanity. People still chatting. Don't really know what's going on there. I was thinking about joining a Casper team. Maybe. Just some ECV circle jerk going on more than anything. Okay, guys. We're going to go into game number 5 after a quick... No, sorry, game number... That was game 5. Yes, game number 6 after a quick commercial break. There's going to be another TVP. Snovsky comes out next against Jacci. Let's see if he's going to be able to tidy things up a little bit more here in this 6th game. Again, guys, in the break, if you've got a little bit of downtime, do check out our website, SC2improve.net. If you head over there, be able to find articles about the SC2ITL and the other events we do, and you'll also be able to just read up a little bit about what's going on and see our full stream schedule. Again, tomorrow, StarTale make their debut in the SC2ITL. They take on Mistral at 6 PM, Central European Summertime, followed by ESC Gaming versus Nuit Blanche, followed by Carnage Esports versus... Team Extreme Supremacy. So that's tomorrow's schedule if you're wondering as well. That's all listed there in the article on our homepage. Again, that's SC2improve.net. .net. Guys, we'll be back here in a few moments' time. Game 6 on the way. Jachi takes on Snovsky. As Snovsky again looks to even things out, while Jachi looks to force the Game 7 the ace match in this first week clan war from SC2ITL season. Ready! Because Jachi looks to take this to an ace match right now. It's 2-3. Jachi, he needs 2 more wins here if he wants to take mYinsanity down to victory. ECV, if they want to take mYinsanity down, however, then well, guess what? They are just going to have to fight pretty darn hard. Just as well, I mean, Jachi's no easy foe to take down, but they've got 2 opportunities, 2 separate players to try and do it with, and we'll see how it's going to fare for the next player, Snovsky, right now, who I do believe is a Danish Protoss. So, we are going to get into this game right about now. Is this a rebroadcast? This is a live broadcast, but replays. Yeah, so replays, but we are live with mYa versus Red Bloods after. So yeah, I am live now as I'm reading on the chat when you asked, is this a broadcast? So yeah, this is not a rebroadcast. This is a live stream, casting replays for this first series. Then we're going to go into a live series being played as we speak afterwards. Again, you know, this series got played yesterday when I was already committed to casting another series. When there's 12 matches a week in the first division, some of them do clash, and we can't cast them all live at the same time. So we would rather bring you them from replays than for completely live. So guys, let's go into game number 6 here in the lower right hand corner. The blue Terran player from mYinsanity. It's Jachi. Again from mYinsanity. Let's bring up the mYinsanity scoreboard. Randall on the chat asking who are mYa. And Lilla is on Red Blood. Lilla is on Red Blood. mYa, if you want to know more about the teams, guys, I actually just suggest you you check the bracket. Check the Wikipedia. So, Wikipedia is probably the best place to find out about any of these teams. Why are you not a moderator yet, Diffie? I don't know, man. If I need more mods, the first people to get mods are my subs. That's part of the subscriber benefits thing that I have going. Why is the whole ECV team not mod? Well, I wonder. So yeah, let's introduce our other player. In the upper left, from Denmark, it's ECVisualize Snovsky. Man, Diffie, you're quite funny. Mod everyone in the chat. Well, that definitely won't end badly, would it? Like, yeah. let's just stop there. Let's just not even go into this. Do I know when the next Pro League is starting up? No. I have absolutely no idea. I would imagine they're going to do something. This is just my own speculation, 100%. I know nothing about the new season of Pro League. But I would imagine that the new season of Pro League will start up like the same time as it did last year. So like just after Christmas or so. Because I reckon they'd run with a similar format. Because they're going to have 8 teams again. I would imagine. So I'd imagine they're just going to do something similar. I wouldn't imagine anything too different happening. Reaper comes in here. It's going to be able to get this probe that was on the low ground, making the Nexus. So pretty nice start here actually for Jachi as he continues forward. And he might even get a second probe. Now there is one probe very low on hit points already. Look at this, abusing that little choke so the probes can't come in and surround. Jachi knows what he wants, and that is a probe kill. And he's actually going to get a third worker kill. Huge start for Jachi here. A lot of damage done with the first Reaper. And Snovsky Nova with the premature GG there at the start of this. So yeah, Jachi with a little bit of a scout coming down, not too much really. Quick expansion of our pros play. Nothing we wouldn't really expect at the start of a TVP again. We've been seeing some pretty much just standard TVPs right now. Nothing really all too crazy so far out of these guys. So yeah, Rupert actually heads on over to the left side, doesn't get any more kills. As the chatting starts up again. Honestly, the chatting hasn't been so bad. The first game, the chatting was really bad, but yeah, so obviously coming down here with his first Stalker. Let's see what's going on in this base over here. 3 barracks on the way, and yeah, Jachi starts up another depot here. Starts up his combat shields first. Okay, so this is intriguing. Going combat shields instead of stim pack first. Definitely interesting to see how this will play out. A couple more Marines coming down to the low ground here now as well. So Jachi may be looking to move across the map sometime soon, just as he did in the last game. Comes into the main base once again. There is a Stargate down, and this will be spotted by Jachi's Reaper. Sees the Oracle coming out. So immediately he knows the opening from his opponent. Robo facility to follow this up, and I wonder if we're maybe going to see, sometimes when we see the Stargate coming out of a Pros play, I mean, we can just see the Oracle and nothing else, but sometimes we could see Phoenix Colossus, and Phoenix Colossus is definitely a composition which can kind of, maybe if you can surprise your opponent, pick off a couple of medevacs which you're trying to drop, get a big advantage and move across the map and win. Like, it's one of them compositions which if you're not sure it's happening, you could catch your opponent off guard, so it might be a possibility here for SC2ITL. We'll see if he opts to go for that, or whether he just goes for a very standard style of game. He has got 4 gas up and running, and Robo Bay now does start for him. His first Oracle on the way across the map, but already we actually see a turret on the way in the natural. 6 Marines position. They're not going to be able to achieve all too much here, and this game will be pretty simple. Excuse me a moment there, guys. I had to very quickly sort someone out. Out who was asking an admin question for a different match in the league. Oracle turns around here. Will take on these Marines, but it was a bit of a mistake. Can't quite take them down with combat shields. And SC2ITL not really taking that into his evaluation here as Jachi begins to move across this map, begins to look to go for a little bit of a kill. And, well... What's up with the stream? It keeps dying on you. The stream is completely fine for me, so I hope it's fine for everyone else. As Jachi is here on the front of this natural now, coming forward again. He doesn't have stim because he's got combat shields instead. He's going to commit into this base. He's going to go for probes and probes and probes. He's going to get the mothership core as well, so he's going to reset the energy completely on that. Stutter stepping towards the main base for a couple of moments. All the stalkers going down here. Oracle was picked off as well as it flew in. This has been a great little attack by Jachi, and will he get one more worker out of it? No, but overall 15 workers killed. Not so bad. If we look at the units lost, it's the mothership core, the Oracle. Both of them kind of hurt. The Oracle is great, like absolutely great at, is great at, giving you map control. The mothership core is great at, defending. The Stalkers as well. And, yeah, I mean, actually asked in the chat, how did that kill so much? It's the combat shields. The combat shields give them Marines, or that army in general, about another 100, 150 health. Depends how many Marines there are. I think it's about 10 to 15. 150 more health than you would usually have if stim was up, and that helps so much when you're going into a situation like that, because there's no splash damage, so it's kind of added on a ton more stalker shots or a ton more probe hits before they all go down. So, well, Jachi just cruises across the map looking for another kill here, coming across looking to take advantage right now as SC2ITL moving forward with an observer. You're going to see this army out the front. And we'll have the opportunity to prepare for this in whichever way he thinks. I mean, with just Marines, I don't think Jachi can do anything. Maybe with the insanest split of all times and stim. That mothership core's got to be careful. If he loses that, that's no fault and overcharge for even longer here. Second Colossus, and now definitely there's no chance that Jachi can really do anything. I don't feel, I mean, there's still not that much to actually tank for SC2ITL. He does begin to sim. He's going to start getting some worker kills. Actually, Jachi's going to start a step away with this little lot of units to the right, but he's getting some worker kills to the left. And he actually continues to just do damage here. Now he actually stims forward with a few more Marauders here. And again, not much to really tank. These units come forward, and, well, SC2ITL went too far forward that time. He loses the Colossus forward, and Jachi, this game just... I guess it was already said in the replay chat. It's snowballing, and things really are now definitely snowballing. First Colossus dies. We have seen Phoenix begin to be added on, so it actually has been. Well, cool that was for me. Wow, what an amazing stroke of luck. It does look as though he wanted to go Phoenix Colossus here, but I mean, there's just not really going to be an opportunity for it. Jachi will head around the left-hand side of the map now, but well, I mean, yeah. I mean, not really much to say. 28 SCVs on the natural over here. They're going to be able to come over to this third base once that finishes up. So this drop going to come into the main base. Jachi looking to attack into the natural at the same time. The problem with this drop is there's just nothing to defend it. Like, once it comes into the base, there's just nothing here. And the real kind of strength of the natural is the fact that there's force fields there to help out. Jachi's just picking off workers again in the main base, and the natural too. There's just nothing here. Throwing overcharge used, but Jachi's just going to keep committing forward. Another sentry will fall. He's even going to keep going for the mothership core. Maybe he's just going to go for workers. It's just going to be workers in the end. Still fighting in the main base. Actually, how are these units killing the Colossus? This is absolutely insane. Jachi just keeps on fighting, and the Colossus, they may actually just survive here. And they do. But, I mean, damage is just way too far gone. 48 workers killed. We're not even 14 minutes in the game yet. 13 minutes and 20 seconds. Almost 50 workers killed. In fact, is 50 workers killed. Oh my god. GG is called. And Jachi forces the ace match. The ace player from ECV will be the next player out as we head into a game 7, guys. It's going to come up after this quick commercial break. I hope you're enjoying the show. If you are, you can hit the follow button to see when we go live again in the future. Or if you want more information from us, you can also always check it out on our Twitter at SC2_improve. We tweet every time we go live. We tweet about matches. We tweet about the articles we're putting out about the SC2ITL. So do go check that out in the meantime. If you're a big user of Twitter, you can check it out. If you're more of a Facebook guy, facebook.com/SC2improve is the place to be as well. Guys, 3 minutes time and we'll be back with game 7. Here's mYinsanity versus ECVisualize wraps up. Again, after this series we'll be going into Missing in Action versus Red Bloods. That match is actually scheduled to start in 20 minutes, so it looks as though we might be just about on time unless Jachi decides to pull out some kind of crazy 40-minute game on us. So guys, we'll be back here in about 3 minutes. Game 7 on Deadwing. Theo is the ace player from ECVisualize. Can Jachi take 3 maps in a row? Let's find out after this quick commercial. All comes down to this for our first best of 7 of the day here. Just a reminder to you guys, we will be going into another best of 7 straight after this. So if you're enjoying the stream and you're here originally for mYinsanity but thinking about sticking around, it will be Missing in Action versus Red Bloods, and they'll be starting pretty much straight after this best of 7, which we're in game 7 of right now. It is 3-3 here as Jachi takes on Theo in the ace match for mYinsanity versus ECVisualize. Are you guys ready? Guys, if you are in the chat and supporting either of these teams, do let us know. Start spamming when we introduce the players for each team. Do some spamming. Let us know who you're supporting. Let us know which of these teams you want to see winning this ace match right now. If you're supporting mYinsanity, then start spamming mYiJachi or anything else in the chat, because he is the red Terran player in the lower right hand corner, spawning cross positions in Deadwing for another TVP. An entire Protoss lineup here tonight from ECVisualize. Will it work out for them? I mean, taking mYinsanity to a 7th game is already a pretty decent achievement for them. I mean, mYinsanity didn't go all easy, completely easy on them at all. I mean, third player out was Kane. He was defeated. And then Jachi came out as the 4th. Okay, guys, so I hope your mYinsanity and Jachi spams are coming in. We'll be reading some of them out when in a couple of moments' time when the stream delay has caught on up. In the upper right, left-hand corner, if you are supporting ECVisualize or Theo, he is the yellow pros player in the upper left, and do throw your support out for him as well. I'm pretty sure I'm interested because mYinsanity probably the viewer favourites, probably, most likely. But at the same time, you can't deny that there's a lot of ECV guys being pretty active in the chat all evening. So, guys, do just let us know. Do let us know what's going on and who you guys are supporting, and get them spams in. If you get banned from the Moobot spam, I promise I'll unban you as fast as I can, but maybe not during the game, because of course I'm kind of trying to cast it here. So let's see what happens. I mean, Jachi's just opened very safe in the last 2 games. Reaper expand, nothing you wouldn't, he doesn't take any risks. He just plays a very safe standard game. Lots of scouting, always knows what his opponent's up to, and just plays it out from that point on. He's already starting to head up to the upper right hand corner. Why is my F key not working? There we go. And he actually changes direction here as he hits the tower, and decides to actually go to the top left instead. So Jachi deciding to scout cross positions first. My nerd senses are tingling, says Levy in the chat. It says he smells a mYinsanity victory right now. It could go either way. I mean, again, it's just a best of 1. Even Jachi has fallen in best of 1s beforehand, I am sure. This SCV comes into the main base here. Doesn't see all too much, really. Just single gas and expansion going to be coming down. And, ooh, SCV picked it off here. So nice little position of the Zealot by Theo. So what the whole point of this scout to the top left, I imagine, was he wants to just scout the top left, so that if the opponent is here, he can get a decent scout. Right? I don't know. I guess, I mean, whatever he sees with the SCV here, he would have seen it in the top right as well. His Reaper would have left towards the same location. Like, I was starting to think it was maybe because the Reaper is going to be able to get to the top left faster if he scouts top left first, but I don't think so, because if he scouts top right even faster, then the Reaper knows it's going to be top left, because it's only 2 spawn locations, so I'm not too sure. Oh my god, the mYinsanity spam is crazy. Grax, alt scopes, cheering from my MYI, Jachi, Gumball dead, screaming from MYI, Gaffowisk screaming for MYI Jachi as well as this repair comes around the back, Frickway screaming for Jachi, easy. ECV gonna win, says Himjul. My MYI Jachi from Stratius, Go Team Liquid says see the Fnord. Fio Guy is good, says Diffe. And Jachi from Stratius again. Reaper's still moving around here, just trying to get any more information he can. There is a Stargate on the way, and this Stargate is spotted by this Reaper, so nice little spot here immediately for Jachi. I mean, Stargate, Robo Facility, it's one of the two when you open up in a PvT with that fast expand, and, you know, Blink has really died off quite significantly here, so no real surprise to see that Stargate come down. Robo to follow it up to come get some, you know, Robo Bait coming down once this first Oracle is out and about on the map. In Theo, we believe from Spacey. Then, well, that is pretty much the that's pretty much the only thing we have to say about ECV. ECV, you guys are failing on the spam. So yeah, there is another best of 7 coming up afterwards. As a couple of guys are asking in the chat, we've got Missing in Action versus Red Blood coming up straight after this. As Jachi comes over here for Marines, spotting for anything to come out. The Oracle is now on the way, coming down the left-hand side of the map. So Oracle coming down the left-hand side, and I mean, Jachi's pretty well defended already, right? He's got 6 Marines in the main, 6 Marines in the natural. Nothing is going to kill him off here. He's getting an engineering base. He's going to be able to start up his turrets, but I mean, this Oracle's just not really going to be able to do anything here, I don't feel. Robobay on the way as the follow-up, and 4 gases taken for our Protoss player. Scouted by Jachi, that's a nice little scout. I mean, little things like that will tell him, you know, is it a 2-base all-in or is it not, if you can see them gases. So, running in there with the single Marine, just giving him a little bit of extra information as this Oracle's still looking around and looking for an opportunity to, you know, do anything. He hasn't got a single kill just yet, though. Still no turrets actually invested by Jachi. He doesn't feel the need for them yet. As Oracle takes a little bit of damage here. SCV on the starport taken down, but Oracle's caught. He's going to die. And Jachi, just with his Marines coming in from all the different angles. Theo loses his Oracle, and that's not the greatest of starts. We're going to see Phoenix coming out. And I mean, we talked about this a little at the start of the last game, Phoenix Colossus. It's that composition where if you fly 2 medvacs into the Phoenix at the start of the game, it can give the Protoss the momentum they need to just win if you can kind of surprise your opponent. But we'll see what happens here. Generally, I would say a well-executed response to Phoenix Colossus. The Phoenix Colossi isn't really going to... it's probably going to take it down. It's one of them compositions where you kind of, I feel more than anything, you need the Terran player to just react incorrectly to be able to do anything. These units do have stim, so stim before combat shields this time around from Jachi. I think he will just stim onto this third base here. Not stimming just yet. Colossus coming in. And I guess he couldn't have killed it just yet anyway. The Colossus could do some damage. He's got a lot of Marines, though. He's just going to split up into a little bit of a concave here. Now he's going to stim. Now he's just going to go for the fight. Some probes melting at the front of this. And what is Jachi going to go for? Some Marauders coming in from behind. And, well, some... well, Sentry falls down as well. Phone overcharge used, so this third base is going to finish up here. And this is a fairly fast base, in all honesty. Jachi losing quite a lot there. And didn't really achieve anything. Oh, what force field? I don't know what force field these guys are talking about. Jachi's going to come across. It looks as though he's getting an SCV in position to make his third base. He's already gone up to 4 and 5 barracks. So the possibility to SCV pull is here for him. He's going to have a lot of units coming out consistently and very quickly and delay his economy for it. So, you know, he could SCV pull, or he could just go mega aggressive on the drops and stuff like that. As Theo, with a bit of a worker lead right now, he's going to catch up in upgrades very soon as well. And yeah, Theo just sitting here with this army. He's pretty well defended on this free base right now, especially after taking out the early units of Jachi. May not have been an extremely even. It may have been a fairly even trade, but again, losing that army for Jachi really, you know, shuts down how aggressive he can be. Nice first force field. The second force field is just a bit too late for mines go off. I feel like if he'd hit that other force field, that would have been a lot of dead Jachi just then, and that could have been a little bit game changing as more Phoenix continue to come out from our Protoss player right now. And he continues to build up this Phoenix count as a scan comes down here for Judge, just looking for observers. I don't believe he got one. No, he did not. Submarine stimming forward, trying to pick off the Phoenix there. And, well, Marauder's coming forward as well, and they pick off a sentry. Throwing Overcharger still on this Nexus. And continue to just push this army away. Another mine picked off as well as these Phoenix are looking to try and pick off one of these medevacs. Jachi just continues to build medevacs, though. He's saying, you know, screw Vikings. I'm just going to make medevacs, 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 and absolutely nothing else quite yet. And well, yeah, so. A few more units coming up to this high ground here. Jachi looking for the opportunity to still maybe do something. He looks like he may try Doom Drop into the main base, and if he sees, and he does see these Phoenix over here out of position, that means he doesn't have the drop defense really needed. And this little army here going to start looking as though he may try and run in towards the third base at the same time. Phoenix starts to react to this drop, but this is a big drop, and this is going to be maybe a dead Colossus and a dead Nexus. He actually recalls into his main base to react a little bit faster to this, but he takes a lot of damage while doing so. The Colossus falls, and now at the same time the third base under attack again. Some mines going off, cleaning up the Zealots here. 3 Colossus left over here. The Nexus in the main base has fallen as well. The probes are now being pulled to try and help this out. He needs at least another Colossus here to help out. I guess the medevacs have gone down, and I mean, there's only a few bio units left over. But the third Nexus has fallen too. Ah, no, what was he doing with these Colossi? You know, I thought with 3 Colossus there, how was he ever going to be able to do it? But he just commits forward and he gets it. I guess it was on fairly low HP from earlier on. All the medevacs go down. And now on a single base, there's still Marauders in this main base doing damage. Jachi here doing so much. As well, the probes are even being pulled. It's not every day you say pull the boys and the probes come off the line instead of the SCVs. Jachi, does he have enough here to defend? I mean, there's still a lot of Colossi, and honestly, there's only a couple of Vikings. 4 Vikings. Here we go. It's going to be close, especially with these Phoenix in the sky as well. They could take down the Vikings, I guess, maybe, but there's just not enough to tank for the Colossus. That's the real problem here. There's no Zealots, there's nothing else. GG Cord, and Jachi is going to be able to close out the series for mYinsanity. And just like that, it's a 4-3 victory for the favourites here in this match, I would say, of course. Definitely think mYinsanity were the favourites coming into this, and they take the 4-3 victory. Guys, we're going to take a very quick 3-minute commercial break. And when we come back, we're going into a brand new best of 7, as it will be Red Bloods versus MIA. That'll be starting up in a few moments' time. So do stay tuned if you want to see more SC2ITL action. I do believe there's absolutely nothing else on right now in terms of tournament streams. Let's go for SC2 on, I guess. But I guess there's some players streaming, so you could go check out some players. But if you want to watch some more matches getting casted, stick around here, because Red Bloods vs Missing in Action coming up next. Players such as Ignite, formerly on Fnatic, Lilla Cannon, formerly on Alien Invasion, Hanfi, a very strong German player. Who else? Space Marine is a very strong Danish player as well on Red Bloods. On Missing in Action, we've got players such as Cheese King, Grey Warden, Froz. Should be a great match, guys. We're going to be going into this next best of 7 in a few moments' time. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the show so far, you can hit the follow button to see when we go live again. Again, tomorrow we're going to have a bunch of matches coming up as well, featuring StarTale, Carnage, ESC, bunch of great teams again tomorrow. Guys, we'll be back in 3 minutes' time, or maybe a couple more minutes than that, with our next series of the day, Red Bloods versus Missing in Action. Don't go too far. I actually need to talk a little bit longer here while I quickly edit the scoreboard to show the teams which are coming up next. So, what else can we talk about? Our website, if you're interested in the full stream schedule and our latest article on the SC2 Improved Team League, you can head on over to sc2improved.net, where you'll be able to find all of that information. As I find one of the teams I need, and there's the other team I need. And I should be able to just shut these ones off and do this, and this, and this. And say, guys, we'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes' time with our next best of 7 all kill from SC2ITL today. It'll be Missing in Action versus Red Bloods coming up very soon.